What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rod Murray and another episode of What's the Game Plan Playoff Edition. All right, we have a big matchup. We got two rivals here that are 1-1 in the regular season. I'm sure the Pittsburgh Steelers fans will have something to say about Week 17, given how shorthanded there was. But I mean, the Browns, what they're looking at this current playoff, they're going to be shorthanded as well as their coaching staff. All right, I'm joined by Samantha Holt representing the Pittsburgh Steelers and Nick Swanson representing the Cleveland Browns. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Doing good.
So again,
happy to be here.
I appreciate it. We have a returning champion. Nick won. I want to say it was Week 7, beating the Indianapolis Colts, and unfortunately, Sam participated in what to me is one of my most meaningful matchups so far this season. When we had 4 beautiful ladies on the episode, and unfortunately, Sam and Wendy they took a defeat against the Tennessee Titans. However, though, the team did win the actual real life matchup. So maybe there's a situation here where Sam might throw the game again in hopes that it gives us some luck going into the game on this weekend.
I certainly won't intentionally throw it, but if I lose and my Steelers win, I'm always okay with that.
There we go. So if you watched the show before, you know the rules. We go through 4 fast rounds where we pull stats from all our data analytical sites: Sharp Football Focus, Pro Football Focus, Pro Football Reference, Team Insiders, and any other one that has stats. All right, we quiz our opponents on questions about their opposing team. All right, anything about stats. In the event that we're tied at the 4 quarters, we go to our XFL overtime where we have questions 1 through 3, trivia about the participants' team themselves, where 1's pretty easy and 3 you have to dig in the bank. But for the playoff edition, we are throwing in a few wrinkles. We are providing more scoring opportunities. So each quarter, the participants will have the options to choose between a field goal and a touchdown. Questions, if it was 3 points, are player-based. If it's for 7 points, it's stats, trends, and percentages. They have the opportunity to steal a question from their opponent if they get the question wrong. And in the event that one of the participants is down by 10 points at the half, they have the option to kick an onside kick where they will field an unbiased question. If they get it right, they get 7 additional points. But if they get it wrong, they give their opponent 7 points. All right. So if there are no questions from our participants tonight.
Nope.
Here we go. Nick is the visiting team, trying to see if he can keep winning off the Week 17 win going into the playoffs. Sir, do you want to take the first question or go to the second half?
I'll go to the second half.
There you go, man. I as a former defender myself, defense wins championships and offense just looks nice. So I like that, sir. So Sam, it will be on you for the first quarter question. Are you ready, ma'am?
I think so. I hope so.
All right, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of that confidence, but hopefully after the first quarter, it'll be building it up. All right, so here we go. First quarter. What's the game plan, Sam? In the first quarter, are you going to take a field goal or a touchdown?
I'll go with a field goal.
Okay, just want to get on the board. All right, we just got
slow and steady. Yeah,
we got to see some points on the scoreboard. I can respect that. Here we go. Here's your first quarter question for 3 points. Baker Mayfield in his last 3 games has not thrown an interception, although he's had a few fumbles and lost some, but no interceptions. During this span, he has completed 72 passes. Who has been his favorite target? Is it A, Jarvis Landry, B, Rashard Higgins, C, Austin Hooper or Hopper, or D, David Njoku?
Is it just within those last 3 weeks?
Just these last 3 weeks.
I'm gonna go Landry still.
She says OBJ is out. Jarvis Landry is his number 1 guy. And unfortunately, she's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Wide left.
Rod, I got a question for you. How do these pick sixes work?
All right, here we go. Great question. So right now, you feel confident you know the answer, you can jump in here. If you get it right, you get 3 additional points. You basically block this field goal and return it for 3 points on your own.
I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna go with Austin Hooper.
All right, so Nick says, all right, I'm going to take these 3 and I'm going to run with it because he's correct. The answer is, in fact, C, Austin Hooper. In the last 3 weeks, he has 26 targets. The Steelers are second best in only allowing the tight ends 638 yards on the season and three touchdowns. So I don't think this is a strong matchup for the Browns this weekend targeting Austin Hooper because the Steelers have done a good job against them. But unfortunately, Nick saw an opportunity here and capitalized on it and got an early 3 points. So he jumps out to a 3-0 lead before fielding his first quarter question. So I guess you got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So Nick.
15 of those targets came against the Jets whenever all of the receivers were out.
Look at him. I wasn't even going to say that, but I definitely got it down. You remember week 16, they were out with literally every wide receiver due to COVID contact tracing. So, yeah, that week 16 definitely hurt you, Sam.
Yeah, it did.
All right. So, Nick, with a 3-0 lead and your still first quarter question, are you going to go for a field goal or a touchdown?
I'm going to go with a field goal.
All right, Nick said, all right, I just got to get some more points on the board, try to just keep it safe for myself. I respect that. Here we go. Nick, your first quarter question. The Pittsburgh Steelers rank near the bottom in first downs per game with 20.1. According to TeamRankings.com, which Steeler accounts for the most on the team? Which Steeler accounts for the most first downs on the team? Is it A, James Conner, B, Deontay Johnson, C, Juju Smith-Schuster, or D, Chase Claypool?
And this is all season?
All season long, sir.
I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson.
Nick chooses B, Deontay Johnson. And lucky for him, he got those 3 points earlier because he does not get these. The answer is, in fact, let me hold off for and say the answer just in case Sam wants to.
I mean, I can, if I go for it, then I don't get the chance to go for it again this half.
Nope. You only get one chance.
I'll try for it anyways. I'm gonna say Juju.
All right. Sam attempts her pick six and says Juju Smith-Schuster, and unfortunately, she's wrong too. The answer is in fact A, James Conner. He has 42 first downs rushing the ball and 10 receiving the ball. All right, so obviously he has more options being a running back versus a wide receiver. So Juju Smith-Schuster has 48 and Deontay Johnson has 45. So right up there, but unfortunately James Conner is the one that touches the ball the most. All right, so going into the second quarter here, Nick is capitalizing with that 3-0 lead he got from still in the pick six. Back on Sam here for a second quarter question. Are you going to attempt a field goal or a touchdown?
Oh man. This is so tough because I just want to get ahead again, but I know that the touchdown questions are harder. Screw it. I'll go for a touchdown.
Here we go. For 7 points in the second quarter, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are quite the effective tandem. They both rank in the top 20 in rushing yards and are known for their abilities to create space at the second level. According to Next Gen Stats, what is their combined percentage of the time that they see 8 or more defenders in the box? Is it A, 39.28%, B, 31.18%, C, 43.15%, or D, 25.82%?
I'm going to go with the first one. That was 39.
39.28%.
I'm going to go with that one.
Stan chooses A, 39.28%. Unfortunately, she does not score any points again. The answer is, in fact, B, 31.18%. Kareem Hunt sees it 31.13%, and Nick Chubb sees it 31.05%. So literally about a third of the time, they're putting more defenders in the box. All right. Going into the second quarter here for Nick, who has a 3-0 lead. Sir, are you going to continue to play it safe here, or are we going to try to get a 10-0 lead here going into halftime?
I'm going to try and get the 10-0 lead.
I like it. Here we go. Trying to put it away early here. Nick, your second quarter question. The Steelers are atrocious this year in their rushing game. They are dead last in rushing yards per game at 84.4 yards per game. James Conner leads that attack with 721 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. According to the Football Outsiders, what is Conner's DVOA? Is it A, negative 7.6, B, negative 3.5, C, 0.9, or D, negative 11.8.
I'm gonna go with the -3 answer.
Nick chooses B, negative 3.5. And he keeps the game open, ladies and gentlemen, because the answer is, in fact, A, negative 7.6. All right. 34th best in the league, which means they have about 33 running backs that are better than the best the Pittsburgh Steelers have to offer. So they want the tables in the playoff. They're going to have to find a running game. Passing the ball just won't get it done, unfortunately. But tonight, it just may help you out as you go into half for the 3-0 lead. All right, the tables are now flipped back on you, Nick, for a third quarter question. Are we going to go for 3 points or 7?
We'll go for 3 this one.
Man, just kicking field goals. Just kicking field goals on down the field. I like it, I guess.
It's going to be like that on Sunday, too. It's just going to be field goals back and forth.
Hey, probably. Let's see if Nick can get a 6-0 lead here for 3 points. The Steelers defense knows how to pressure and affect the quarterback. Their 56 sacks leads the league, and they are only allowing the league their 56.7% completion rate for opposing quarterbacks. Which defender, when targeted, is performing the best against opposing quarterbacks? Is it A, Joe Hayden, B, Terrell Edmond, C, Minkah Fitzpatrick, or D, Steven Nelson?
Oh, I know Steven Nelson was really good last year. But I'm going to go with Minkah.
Nick said it's got to be the Pro Bowler. I mean, it has to be, right? It has to be the Pro Bowler. And you're right, sir. It is. Minkah Fitzpatrick is only allowing a 50% completion rate, a 65.7 QBR. And on the season, he's only given up 224 yards and 2 touchdowns. All right. So I'm sure Pittsburgh is saying they won that trade. First, just doesn't seem worth it when you get the type of reduction out of a safety this year. So smart for them and smart for you, because now you have a 6-0 lead. But unfortunately, the thing about field goals, it just doesn't put the game away and leaves room for your opponent. So, Sam, your third quarter question: are we just going to try to get on the board, or are we going to try to take the lead with a touchdown?
I'm gonna go on Mike Tomlin. I'm gonna try and get go big or go home. So I'm gonna go for the touchdown.
Here we go. Sam says she's taking the touchdown in the third quarter to get a 7-6 lead. Here we go. According to Sharks football stats, when finishing a drive in the red zone, Jarvis Landry is the most targeted Browns player. What is his successful play rate percentage? Is it A, 78%, B, 56%, C, 50%, or D, 69%? Successful play rate.
He is their most targeted. And the question is,
how successful, his successful play rate.
And it's 78, 56, 50, or 69.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't feel like he's 78%, but I think that he's better than the 50s. So I'm going to go with 69%.
Process of elimination and some other math there, and did not get the right answer. The answer is, in fact, B, 56%. He has 10 receptions on 16 targets, 3 touchdowns, and is allowing 109.4% passer rating from Baker and 6 first downs when in the red zone. So, again, you're right, the most targeted, but about more or less half the time is when you get a successful play out of him in the red zone. So, unfortunately, we headed to the fourth with a 6-0 lead. Game's still wide open. Game is still wide open here. All right. But we could see if Nick can shut the door here. All right, sir. What are we going to do with the fourth quarter?
Man, I gotta stay safe. I gotta go with the field goal.
Staying safe with the field goal here. All right. But unfortunately, the problem is Sam still has that onside kick in the pocket for the second half. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go. For 3 points and a 9-0 lead. The Steelers' passing offense makes up for their rushing struggles. They have 3 wide receivers with over 800 yards receiving and 6 players with over 30 receptions. Which player has the highest catch rate according to TeamRankings.com? Is it A, James Conner, B, Juju Smith-Schuster, C, Chase Claypool, or D, Deontay Thompson? Johnson.
I'm gonna go with Juju.
Juju's just dancing in your hearts, and he's just dancing in all your answers tonight, I see. But unfortunately, he is not the right answer. All right, he is not the right answer. All right, so before I spit out the answer, I must let participants know you have the kick the kick six or the pick six for the second half. So there's an option here.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm giving people all the opportunities here.
Pick six. And the options were
A. Juju
Deontay.
Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool, and Deontay Johnson. I don't know why I wrote down Thompson. Is his last name Thompson?
No.
Okay. I was
Johnson.
like, what?
I'm gonna go with Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool. And unfortunately, you are wrong as well. He has the worst of the catch rates at 51%. The answer is A.
Really?
James Conner again.
Really? Because
Has
Deontay just drops it.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson drops everything.
He drops everything, but I guess not as enough as Chase Claypool. He's at a 61%. All right, so Deontay Johnson is at a 61%. Chase Claypool at 57%. James Conner is at 81.4%. 35 receptions, 215 yards, and a 6.1 yards per catch average. Right? So,
Darn.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. I'm just going. Sam can't go for a field goal. She has to go for a touchdown.
I have
here.
to go for the touchdown. Yeah, I have to
go for the
There's
touchdown in the fourth
no
quarter.
other option.
Nick is looking up at the booth,
Yeah.
seeing what the defensive coordinator is going to call to stop this touchdown. All right, Sam, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. For 7 points in the win. Browns are averaging 25.4 points per game, according to TeamRankings.com. In which quarter are they scoring the most points? Is it A, first quarter, B, second quarter, C, third quarter, or D, fourth quarter? For the win.
I want to say fourth quarter because I just lost my fantasy championship because of all the points they scored in the fourth quarter. So I want to also say third. I'm going to go with the third quarter.
Sam chooses C, third quarter. Nick's moving on, ladies and gentlemen, because the answer is in fact B, the second quarter. They are averaging 9.8 points in the second quarter. They are averaging 7.7 in the fourth and 4.1 in the third. In the second quarter, the Steelers are allowing the most at 7.2. Right. So again, it's a rivalry game. They're going to be short-sighted on both sides, and they may come down to it. The game of inches. Right. So they're going to go. If the Cleveland Browns have any chance to win this game, it will behoove them to get active in the second quarter when the Steelers are allowing the most points. But tonight it seems that it only took 6 for Nick to win this game. So with the option to add more points, I think we've scored the least amount, I think, between these two participants tonight. Nick wins in a 6-0 victory. Sir, the floor is yours for a victory speech.
These were tough questions. I think the only one that I was sure about was the Austin Hooper question, which was my first points. I really like the new scoring system that you got, like adding the pick six and the onside kick. That seems like it'll be a really interesting aspect. This was a lot of fun. Sam, you did great. Like I wouldn't have gotten those questions right either. I was clueless. Rod, you were a great host, and this was a lot of fun.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Sam, unfortunately, you have been in this position before as the loser. Again, the floor is yours for your score prediction.
Thank you. My score prediction for the weekend?
For your game, for the Steelers versus the Browns.
Oh my gosh. I'm so bad with score predictions just because I like to predict blowout games for all of our wonderful fantasy points. However, I feel like this one is going to be kind of a grinded out game for the Steelers and the Browns. It is, as you know, Nick, this is like the toughest of, I think, divisional matchups. I think that our division is so cutthroat. It's just going to be such a tough game. I'm just hoping that there's no bad injuries in the game. That's all I want, just a healthy game. But I'm going to go with 21-18 Steelers win.
Okay, 3-point favorite for the Steelers. Nick,
Yes.
for you?
I was thinking more along the lines of 21-10 Steelers win. Just I think the lack of coaching that the Browns have are really going to hurt them, along with Olivier Vernon being out.
Yeah. I'm just worried that we're going to be soft in the first quarter, which we tend to be. And so you guys are going to get up a little bit early, and then we're just going to have to come back. So that's why I'm giving the slight edge that you guys could just get lucky on our mistakes and, end up with a bit of a higher scoring game.
I'm not quite sure this dynamic. I don't know if y'all flip-flopping teams here, because Nick is going for the Steelers and you're giving almost every reason why you should be going for the Browns. But
I think it's a politeness. We're trying to be respectful of each other's teams. And I think that's
a rivalry game, man. The Browns don't care about the Steelers. The Steelers don't care about the Browns. I'm just going to stay out of everybody's way and just hope for a safe and fun, exciting matchup. That's how it should play out.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping one of y'all said 45-0, and then we could just carry that energy into the game, But I mean, since you guys want to be friends right now,
there's too much other negativity in the world to take it into football when we both just want to have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy that if this wasn't football. All right, this is I need some blowout scores here, but we didn't get that tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at all. It is what it is. I thought it were good questions. I had a good time. Nick,
they were great questions, fantastic questions.
Nick, as the winner, you already got a shirt, so you will get a hoodie, a What's the Game Plan hoodie. They're pretty cool, man. I like it. I wear it a lot.
Yeah, I was saying, Rod, you're dripping me out over here.
Hey, man. You keep winning, man. Keep on winning. You'll get a trophy here soon, man. I want to thank my two amazing participants tonight. We have a 6-0 lead. I will link both of their information in the show notes. They both have wonderful podcasts and content outside of the show, outside of what you've seen here tonight. So please like and follow their stuff. It's great. It's great. All right. So again, this has been a fun matchup, a low-scoring 6-0 division rivalry game with the Cleveland Browns pulling ahead and advancing to next week. This has been What's the Game Plan? I'm your host, Rod Murray. Thanks for watching.